very warm day outside by Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at U.S. Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. The scene a short time ago, this crowd decked out in purple, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football, folks, as the Vikings get set to do battle with the Chicago Bears. Here's Harris to return it.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
On the ground, this is Rashad Penny, and able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line.
He's taken down.
Tackle made there by the UCF man, Mike Hughes.
4. It's now 2nd and 6.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Rivers to throw it. And a hook up here to Allen Robinson. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. That one a first down pickup of 8.
Pickup. First down.
Didn't they tell us in our meetings that they needed to account for him on each and every play?
You think? A guy of his caliber? So how does a guy like him get that wide open?
That usually means there's a tire breakdown on what the coverage was. Everyone thought they were doing something.
The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Daniil Hunter able to record his 5th sack of the season. And, Charles, part of the reason they lost last week, they didn't have a single sack. Well, they changed that quickly.
But did they ever? And it was something they talked about with us extensively. They needed to get pressure. How were they going to get to the quarterback? Obviously, they schemed themselves into a great play, didn't they?
Rivers on the money, complete. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
We expected this defense to be tested by this passing game coming into this one, and there's an example on this first possession of the game.
1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. A handoff to Penny. And he gets stopped up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard.
Penny, the ball carrier.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
The Vikings 31-yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Rivers now. They set up the screen to Penny. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. Well, that last completion certainly not what they were hoping for, as now they'll try to convert on 3rd. On play action, Rivers. And nowhere to get away. Rivers is dropped. Say hello to Eric Kendricks. He gets the sack there. Charles, a little bit of feast or famine on this drive. They moved the ball okay, but they've been sacked twice now.
And they've got to figure out how to plug that leak a little bit, right? Keep them away from the quarterback because when he's not being hit, as you mentioned, they're moving the ball well.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
Dalvin Cook, the ball carrier. Tackled at the 25-yard line. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. Off the bootleg. Huntley. They'll roll him out right. On the run, he'll let it go deep. Right sideline. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Third down, Dalvin Cook. And he is not going to get the first down as he'll spot this at about the 28. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to fourth down.
Now, that was a big-time play by the defense. They as well knew where the first down line was, and they didn't let them get anywhere near it.
Colquitt on to kick as he sends it away. This will be fielded at the 17. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Bears take over. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard.
And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Rashad Penny with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Bears have taken the early lead.
The kick is
and he's got it to make it 7-0 in favor of the Bears.
7. Vikings nothing.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. And this will make it into the end zone. But ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
First and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he'll be taken down right around the 27. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Operating from the gun. Huntley eluding the pressure right. He will find the rookie from LSU. That's Justin Jefferson. 5 yards on the pickup, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Bears 7, Vikings nothing.
38-yard line, 2nd and 9. Throwing, Rivers. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
So much about defending the pass is being able to be right there at the moment the ball gets to the receiver, and he was right in his hip pocket, helping force that incompletion.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Working out of the gun, Rivers. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Mike Hughes. Oh, he's got some breathing room. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
We constantly talk about defenders having great vision and being able to see plays unfold and make their own plays, but you also have to have good feel as well because you can't see everything out there. See the play unfold, feel what's going on, and then get to the right spot and make your own play. And in this case, it turned out to be a highlight one.
Extra point up and good by Bailey, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And Patterson will not return it. It comes out to the 25.
25-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Back to it after the pick six. Rivers. That's caught by Penny. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down. And he is the NFC rating offensive player of the week. You got to think, all the guys that take the field each and every week, that's not an easy award. Always has to feel good to grab.
It has to feel great because it separates you, at least for a week, amongst your peers. And for him to separate again, he has to have the same type of a game. That means being explosive off the line of scrimmage and catching everything that comes his way.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Here's a give to Penny. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5.
Well, they sent the power set out there, and their job is to be man-on-man and move people so they can run the football. But that time, too many men didn't get moved in the box defensively. They end up throwing him for a loss.
Rivers from the gun on 3rd down. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 23 yards, the final tally.
Well, remember, they tried to give him the ball and let him run on the last play, but I think the light bulb went off in their play caller's mind, and this time they get it to him the more conventional way, and it's much more successful as well.
And he'll slice his way down to the 30 with a pickup of 7.
He was brought down by Jeff.
Another good run there for a guy who, remember, on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago.
Yeah, and you know it takes some solid runs and some extra special ones in order to win that type of an award. I think he's locked in and wants to get it done a second time.
The toss running left. This is Penny. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. On 3rd down, Rivers. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 11. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. From the gun, Huntley. They're going to be set up in the red zone at the 15. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Now, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They go play action. Rivers. He gives it to his running back, Rashad Penny. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. On 3rd down, Rivers. Oh, did he hang on to it? He did on the dive. Nice grab. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
Well, that's just simply not right. To make that kind of a catch, that spectacular, and not get a 1st down out of it.
I guess he could put it on his personal highlight reel, however.
Yeah, he'll get the catch, he'll get the yardage, but he doesn't get what he really wants.
The kick by Pinheiro is good. And it's 3-0. The Bears hit the scoreboard first. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. That's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
At their own 7.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And with still more than a minute to go in the half, time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Rolling to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. They have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. And I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
Following the interception here, Rivers. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
And partner, to me, that one was all about timing. If he's there too early, it's going to be a pass interference call. If he's too late, it's a completed pass. He was Johnny on the spot on that one.
Rivers incomplete on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10. Off the play fake here, Rivers. And he finds Penny. Oh, some strong running. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Rivers on 1st down. Completes it to Miller. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
On 1st and 10, Rivers. And nearly picked off there, almost intercepted. Instead, second down.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. To throw again, Rivers. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
Have to give some credit to the defender on that when he read all of his keys perfectly and got a great break on the ball and able to force that incompletion.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Again, it's Rivers. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23.
First down.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a first down.
Quick pass out to Miller. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Rivers again. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops, and if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. The Vikings set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail it here as we resume play. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 18.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Here's Huntley. Lets it fly for Thielen. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Eddie Jackson picks it. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. That one is going to sting. First play of the 3rd quarter and a turnover.
And you have to know that at halftime, they spent a lot of time going through their checklist of what they wanted to accomplish to start this third quarter. Turning it over like this was not on that list.
Not at all. And you come out of the locker room trailing, so that first drive to establish momentum is very key.
Crucial.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 9-yard line.
They'll try and run for it with Penny. And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6.
The ball carrier.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
So they've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find the end zone here on 2nd and goal? In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. Vinny Curry, the defensive end, got there off the edge.
2nd goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football, had to eat it, and ended up on the ground.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Now, if you're going to get rid of it, you better get outside the pocket.
Yeah, you have to get outside of that tackle-to-tackle box, right? Get out there, and then you can do it legally, but he wasn't able to do so, and they end up losing the down as well.
And that is not going to get there. Oh, he missed it short. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is. Well, close game, 2nd half. You obviously hate to leave 3 out on the field.
Especially in a game like this when you know points are hard to come by. That was one of their best opportunities so far, and they come away with nothing.
That's from the left side to start the drive is complete. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Rookie to rookie on the hook up there, and it's a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
1st down, here's the run with Cook. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking 1st down.
And it's pretty evident when you watch how Minnesota plays, just how important Dalvin Cook is to their offense. 1,000-yard rusher a year before, the first one the Vikings had since Adrian Peterson was dominating their carries. And having Cook in the lineup for the bulk of the season, that made Minnesota exactly what their head coach Mike Zimmer wanted them to be. A much more physical team that complemented their defense.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Huntley to Jefferson on the slant. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 27-yard line. Give them 14 on that one and a 1st down.
7-yard line.
Off-play action. Huntley. Open man is Samuel, complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another 1st down. It will.
So one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
Taken down at the...
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. So he got 3 at one tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. Give him 5 on the screen play, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. To throw, Huntley. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. They only got 2, but that was enough as they'll convert to make it 1st and goal. They'll run with Cook, and they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
A loss of 2 brings up 2nd and goal at the Bears' 9-yard line. That's the end of the 3rd quarter with the score Bears 10, Vikings 7.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. Huntley to throw. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and goal.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Operating from the gun. Huntley flushed out right. And Thielman's got it. Touchdown Vikings. Adam Thielen, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Vikings are going to retake the lead. So he scrambled right, but was able to look back toward the middle of the end zone to find the target.
As you know, in this game, sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules, because we all know most guys throwing the football are taught never throw back into the middle of the field on a scramble. He did it and got away with it for a touchdown.
Instinct sometimes, right? They just take over.
Instinct and vision. Sometimes you just see people who are open, you're able to get it to them.
Cordero Patterson on the return. The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They'll start on the ground. It's Rashad Penny. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the 1st down run goes backwards. Play action now. Rivers. A heavy rush, and down he goes. But it was 2nd long. Now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
For Rivers. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Daniil Hunter in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Here's Pat O'Donnell now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. They start the drive with Cook. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
The ball carrier.
And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. The bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him. And this is why the head coach gets paid the big bucks. Look at where they are in this situation, partner. Do you throw the ball here in a long-distance situation? Do you run it again and trust your defense and make sure you take care of the ball and punt it away? What kind of options do you have here, and what do you trust more on your team?
Yeah, they may have just pushed him back into that throwing situation. We'll see. Here's Britton Colquitt now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Their defense accomplished step one of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a fourth quarter lead. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 15.
Ngakwe on the tackle.
Well, it's hard to have vision as a runner and find a hole when there's nothing but defenders in your way. They stacked that one up really well. But give him credit. Instead of trying to bounce it out and turn it into a big play, which might have turned into a big loss, kind of just took his medicine there and took the 1 yard.
On 2nd and 9, Rivers, and he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Daniil Hunter, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Here's Rivers. He's going to float this one deep right side. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. 20, 10, touchdown, Chicago. Darnell Mooney, 94 yards. And the Bears have once again taken the lead. Might be seeing that one on the highlight shows tonight. The home run ball here in the 4th quarter to take the lead.
There's nothing like being aggressive, preaching that to your team, and then following through. All the way through. Go ahead and throw one more up there. Why not?
Been a great game, and we are not done yet. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
At their own 17.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Being chased out left. We'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Allen man open down the middle of the field. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears 37. A gain there of 21 yards. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Back to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll be forced out of bounds shy of the line of scrimmage, so that'll be credited as a sack. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. 2nd and 12, operating from the 39. Off the play fake. Huntley. He's going to let it fly. And a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Danny Trevathan. And so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And this game not quite in hand yet. We'll likely see all 3 timeouts defensively and then reassess where we are. And he will fight his way forward to about the 23-yard line. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts.
1 yard gain.
As the clock stops here with 46 seconds left to play.
The 23-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Again, it's Penny. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. At the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play. Here's Pat O'Donnell now, as he's on to punt for Chicago. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And here comes Abdullah on the return. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
At their own 31-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. 1-possession game. Time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation? They can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Akeem Hicks at 6'5", 332 finds his way home for the sack. Well, we saw a close game that kept us on the edge of our seats down to that final whistle. And right before that final whistle, defense with one last exclamation mark there, getting the sack to end it.
I love how you phrased it, because we were waiting to see what would happen. Obviously, we thought something would happen downfield. Instead, it happens in the offensive backfield, and that's your ball game.
So for Chicago, their battle to finish 500 gets a slight lift as they move to 6-8 on the year. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Jacksonville to take on the Jaguars. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, they drop their 10th game now to fall to 4-10. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in New Orleans against the Saints. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.